Proto-Indo-European refers to the reconstructed ancestor language common to all Indo-European languages. It is therefore primarily a linguistic concept, not an ethnic, social or cultural one, and there is no direct evidence of the nature of Proto-Indo-European society. Much depends on the unsettled Indo-European homeland debate as to where and when this common ancestor language was spoken. All interpretations of whatever aspects this society may have had, thus including all those reported here, are therefore only inferences, not established facts, using three main approaches. Some interpretations are based on archaeology, but those rest on the assumption that one of the homeland hypotheses is in fact correct. Another approach uses the comparative analysis of historically known societies speaking languages of the Indo-European family. It, too, is widely seen as questionable, including even the principal tenet, the trifunctional hypothesis. Linguistic reconstruction can identify words which formed part of the vocabulary of the Proto-Indo-European language. These are reconstructed on the basis of sound laws, which however are not paralleled by any meaning laws. Exactly what these terms may have referred to at the stage of Proto-Indo-European is therefore less certain. The technique of inferring culture from such reconstructions, known as linguistic paleontology, is thus open to criticism, and the same word often has multiple different interpretations. What follows in this page are interpretations based only on the assumption of the Kurgan hypothesis of Indo-European origins, and are by no means universally accepted. Societal structure. Whether these people regarded themselves as a linguistic or ethnic community cannot be known, nor by which name they may have referred to themselves. Linguistics has allowed the reliable reconstruction of a large number of words relating to kinship relations. These all agree in exhibiting a patriarchal, patrilocal and patrilineal social fabric. Patrilocality is confirmed by lexical evidence, including the word *h2uedh, to lead, being the word that denotes a male wedding of female. It is also the dominant pattern in historical i.e. societies, and matrilocality would be unlikely in a patrilineal society. Inferences have been made for sacral kingship, suggesting the tribal chief at the same time assumed the role of high priest. Georges Dumézil suggested for Proto-Indo-European society a threefold division of a clerical class, a warrior class and a class of farmers or husbandmen. On his interpretations that many historically known groups speaking Indo-European languages show such a division, but Dumézil's approach has been widely criticized. If there was a separate class of warriors, it probably consisted of single young men. They would have followed a separate warrior code, unacceptable in the society outside the peer group. Traces of initiation rites in several Indo-European societies suggest that this group identified itself with wolves or dogs. The people were organized in settlements, probably each with its chief. These settlements or villages were further divided in households, each headed by a patriarch. Technologically, linguistic reconstruction suggests a culture of the Bronze Age. Words for bronze can be reconstructed from Germanic, Italic and Indo-Iranian, while no word for wine can be dated to the Proto-language. Gold and silver were known. An *ensis was a bladed weapon, originally a dagger of bronze or of bone. An *ikmos was a spear, a similar pointed weapon. Words for axe include *heikutgsih and *pelekus. These could have been either of stone or of bronze. The wheel was known, certainly for ox-drawn carts. The wheel was probably not invented by the Proto-Indo-Europeans, but the word *k acute k loss is a native derivation of the root *kl rather than a borrowing, suggesting that the by-speaker's contact with the people who introduced the wheel to them was short. Horse-drawn chariots developed after the breakup of the Proto-language, originating with the Proto-Indo-Iranians around 2000 BC. Judging by the vocabulary, techniques of weaving, plaiting, tying knots, etc., were important and well developed and used for textile production as well as for baskets, fences, walls, etc. Subsistence. Proto-Indo-European society depended on animal husbandry. People valued cattle as the most important animals, measuring a man's wealth by the number of cows he owned. Sheep and goats were also kept, presumably by the less wealthy. Agriculture and catching fish also featured. The domestication of the horse may have originated with these peoples. Scholars sometimes invoke this as a factor contributing to the rapid expansion. Ritual and sacrifice. They practiced a polytheistic religion centered on sacrificial rites probably administered by a class of priests or shamans. Animals were slaughtered and dedicated to the gods in the hope of winning the favor. The king as the high priest would have been the central figure in establishing favorable relations with the other world. The Kurgan hypothesis suggests burials in barrows or tomb chambers. Important leaders would have been buried with the belongings, and possibly also with members of the household or wives. The practice of human sacrifice is inferred from the Luhansk sacrificial site. Names. The use of two-word compound words for personal names, typically but not always ascribing some noble or heroic feat to the bearer, is so common in Indo-European languages that it seems certainly inherited. These names are often of the class of compound words that in Sanskrit are called Bahuvrihi compounds. They are found in the Celtic region, in Indo-Aryan, in Iranian, in Hellenic, in Slavic, in Germanic, and in Anatolian. Patronymics such as Gustafsson, Rostamzadeh, Yusufzai, and MacDonald are also frequently encountered in Indo-European languages. Philosophy. Some words connected with by worldview. *G.It concerned mutual obligations between people and between worshippers and gods, and from which guest and host are derived. *H.2 a cosmic and social theme, an idea expressive of the right order of being, that which is both cosmically, ethically, and socially fitting, right ordered, also right time, richly correct, revealing the deeper harmony and order of worldly existence.